May I ask you a question? The food you ate for breakfast today, where did you get it? Did the farmer send the produce directly to you? Probably not. You went to a store and bought it at a slightly higher price, right? Or how about the clothes you're wearing? Did you knit that shirt yourself? No, you went to a retailer and bought it off the rack like most people do, right? So, you paid a middleman, who in this scenario is the store, to produce it for you. It saved you time and the hassle of trying to sew it by yourself. The food you eat, the clothes you buy, the car you drive, nearly everything we use in life was sold to us by a middleman, a store or person who created a safe, secure way for us to get what we wanted. This middleman concept has created more wealth in the world than any other financial avenue that has ever existed. Think about it for a minute. Nearly everything you buy throughout the day is being purchased from someone else. We don't make things on our own anymore. We simply don't have the time or the knowledge. 100 years ago, you would have grown your own food and knitted your own clothes. Not today. We are all now consumers. And because of the way things are, those people who can get in the middle of that exchange that is happening can become very rich, very fast. Now you may think becoming a middleman is hard, and in most cases, that is true. If you want to open a retail store or franchise, then you need a substantial amount of money and knowledge in order to get started. It's competitive and requires months, if not years of your life in order to make it successful. But there is another option that doesn't require tons of cash up front or all your time. It's called affiliate marketing. This is where people use specific internet systems to sell other people's stuff online. And the best part is, with affiliate marketing, you don't need to be around to make the sale. It happens 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are able to be the middleman on thousands of transactions that happen every day, and you don't have to be there in person to do it.
Hi, my name's Heidi and I'm 46 years old and I'm living here in Scottsdale, Arizona. After joining up with Gary, I got a call from his team within 2 hours and I don't believe this is happening right now, but for the last 2 months I've been making enough money that I'm finally quitting my day job. Yeah, so thanks a lot guys, you guys are the real deal.
Hey there, my name is John and I'm way out here in Indiana. And I just want to shoot this quick video for Gary and Dave confirming their system really is as remarkable as they say it is. After being laid off 4 times in 7 years, I'd given up on the corporate world, but didn't know where to turn. And I found these guys about a year ago, and I've been averaging $500 a day very easily. I owe everything to this system. It works if you work it.
Hey, my name is Yvonne, and I recently started working from home full-time. And now I feel like I'm planning my future rather than just living paycheck to paycheck. My dreams feel like they are actually coming true. I've already gone on all expense-paid trips, like cruises to the Caribbean with my family. And oh, these bonus checks are unbelievable. I get them every week, and they continue to grow. I wanted to say thank you again, Gary and Dave. You guys have opened the door for me. You've shown me the shortcuts that I needed. For all of you that are watching, my advice to you is just get started. Don't wait.
Okay, now I want you to stop whatever you're doing and pay very close attention to this. What I have to share with you today will have a direct impact on you and your bank account in just 28 days. If you stick around for just a few minutes, I promise you, you will leave this page with a method for making $50,000 a month or more. A risk-free guarantee. Hi, I'm Dave. I'm not a guru, I'm just your average American. I'm a 42-year-old ex-slave to corporate America. I live very comfortably here in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been successfully running my business online for years now. Things are, well, pretty good. I have no real complaints. I mean, we could always complain about something, but I pretty much have everything I need in life. I no longer stress about money, I have no debt, and quite frankly, I love what I do. I work for myself, I make my own schedule, I come and go as I please, and I enjoy vacations with my family, wherever and whenever I want. I may not be the richest man in the world, but for me, I would say I have achieved the American dream. In fact, I've not only achieved financial freedom, but I've also found true contentment with life. I won't lie, however. This lifestyle wasn't handed to me. I had to do some digging around to discover it. Unfortunately, things were not always like this for me. At one point, I was like many people I meet every day, financially destitute. In my desperation, I spent money on programs that were supposed to get me rich, none of which worked out, of course. It was a vicious cycle. I faced constant failure. I was hopeless and felt abandoned. No one wanted to help, and I felt like I would be stuck there forever. Maybe you can relate. Anyway, A few years back, my life was saved in one tiny moment, and things completely turned around for me. This was the moment I finally discovered a real shortcut to making money online. I learned how to become the middleman in thousands of transactions that happen every day. After a lot of trial and error, I built a system that now automates the process. It works for me, and I'm confident that it will do the same for you. But before I give you the exact method, let me quickly share my story. I believe it was in September, and I was returning home from another 14-hour workday with a 2-hour commute each way. At the time, I was working in corporate America, running a fitness program for a company in downtown Manhattan. I had bought into the American dream of going to school, getting a corporate job, and I was thinking I was going to work my way up the ladder and secure a retirement with this company. But I hated my job and my commute. Sometimes I was so tired I didn't even bother to go home and would just sleep on a mat in my office and wake up the next day to do it again. Anyway, things really fell apart for me when I got back home one day. I was trying one more online business system and I was going broke. My wife at the time rolled over one morning in bed and said, "I don't believe in what you're doing. I don't believe in your dream." I was heartbroken, alone, and hopeless. All I wanted was to learn how to make my money work for me instead of me working for my money. I didn't know who was to blame. Maybe it was me. There were just so many questions I had no answers for. Eventually, I decided to pack my bags and move to Phoenix. I thought maybe I could find a way to start fresh. That's where I met Gary. Gary, who is now living here in the US, was originally an engineer at one of the most prestigious companies in the UK. After becoming disgruntled with his job, he simply packed up one day and moved. I met him a few years later just by chance, and as luck would have it, he turned out to be an angel in disguise. I met him at a local coffee shop. He would always be there with his laptop. We would often make small talk, but usually nothing more. I just assumed he was a student somewhere. One day I asked him, "Gary, where the heck are your textbooks? I never see you with them." Of course, I was only asking to figure out how he has time to sit around all day on his computer. With a huge smile, he then replied, "I don't need them. I dropped out a long time ago," he said. "I've already spent 5 years racking up debt, and then spent the next 10 trying to pay it off." Though this made complete sense to me, I still had to ask, "What's the other option? I don't see any other way out." He then asked me one question that changed my life forever. "Dave, do you understand what it means to be a middleman?" Of course, I heard the term before, but never knew how it applied to me. I always associated being a middleman with large corporations that sell products like Costco or Amazon. But boy, was I wrong. It turns out that Gary had created a system that was generating 6-figure paydays, all by being a middleman in online transactions. It was called affiliate marketing, and it was a new way of creating income that blew away all the traditional ways of making money online. You know, all the bogus programs you've lost money on in the past. To say Gary's method was different was an understatement. It was a complete polar opposite of what everyone else was teaching. It was brilliant. You didn't need much time, money, or technical skills. You just switch on the system and it works for you. Yes, he could have easily kept this to himself and banked millions each year. But Gary wanted more. He wanted to help others. He told me he wanted to turn this into a billion-dollar business. But in order to do that, he knew this had to be more than a one-man show. After going back and forth with him for several weeks, he finally trusted me enough to let me in. With the help of some guys I knew who were ex-military, we helped him build a virtually hack-proof system. I made sure the system could never be copied or stolen by anyone. After all, his system was generating over $20,000 a day at the time. It would be foolish to let this run without the right security. Let's just say I paid handsomely for this. But again, to take this to the billions, it had to be more than a two-man show. We needed more than just security. And this is where you come in. We already know that this is a game-changing method to making money online. In order to take it to its full potential, it has to work for everyone, including your average Joe, with no technical experience. As I said before, this is the billion-dollar market. This is the difference between running a local operation of 2 people versus running a multinational corporation with thousands of users. Here's the real reason we need you. Picture it like this. Our system is able to literally put people in between thousands of transactions a day. And for that, we get paid a pretty good fee. And right now, Gary has turned this system to attack the largest megatrend that has ever hit the market, the wellness industry. This industry has been generating speed over the last few years and is now ready to explode. Gary knows the market is wide open, and instead of capturing it all himself, he wants to spread the wealth. The timing is perfect. And the best part is that anyone can run the system with a simple push of a button. His hope is that there will be trustworthy people to help us get our numbers up and get the corner on certain markets. So here's the deal. We recently opened our system up to a small, private group of beta testers. We've been testing with people who have zero technical experience. We wanted to see how many of them actually make money and how much. We wanted to see if Gary's system worked on a larger scale. The results were shocking. So far, I'm proud to say we have a 100% success rate. On average, it took only 28 days to generate 6 figures in online sales. Think about that for a minute. Those are incredible numbers. Just to give you some perspective, some of our private members are making more in a month than they did in a year. You'll hear from them in a bit. But first, you have to understand there are a limited amount of spots available as we grow this thing. So let me be frank with you. We know you're here because you're serious, and you need to make a change financially. This is the system that can help you do that. But in order for you to be part of it, it has to be now. We are growing too fast. Too many want to be involved, and we want to make sure everyone getting involved is successful. The way we do that is to make sure that everyone coming in is properly trained on the system by a mentor. I want you to join our exclusive group. I managed to get Gary on our free webinar for you. He will go over the exact details. We are looking for 5 people in your area to join our team. As I said, we are testing a small group and will then take it globally. To get into this private group as a tester, enter your information on this page to register. You will be instantly redirected to your private mentor and given full details. All right, let's not waste any more time. Sign up on this page right now. What do you have to lose? Do you really want to miss out on a real opportunity to change your life? Trust me, you'll regret not giving this a chance. Look, there are several large companies looking to acquire this system right now. Because of our test status, soon enough, this page will have to come down. You're getting access to something truly revolutionary. For a limited time, you have no risk getting in on this. Register your information right now, and I'll see you behind closed doors.